There we go. Finally. Okay. Well, it looked like it was going to go up, but now it looks like it's going to go down. What do we do here? Hey, how you doing? Well, I've this has been a pretty good day for Doge, I think. I wish
Yeah, it has. God, all day.
I know, I wish I could have been around a little more. I had stuff to handle today and finally by the time I got around to it, I finally am at the point now I don't have anybody here to bug me, no kids, no but I do have a kid that left a dog with me. So now I've got a dog to take care of, but yeah, no kids finally to you know need my attention. So now I've got the kid Doge here needing my attention, and
Yeah, you got the little Doge. What kind of dog is it?
we got she bought a golden retriever.
Oh,
Yes,
puppy, yeah,
yes, he's a little puppy. Yep,
rescue.
he's like 9 weeks old. He's tiny.
Oh my God,
Yep, he's awesome
I
though.
bet he is
Yeah,
adorable.
he's a sweetheart. He's like one of those cute ones too that just sits down and like waits for you to come pet him. Yeah, he's not all hyper.
Oh,
Yeah, he's just like one of those, and he just sits there
yeah,
like all
you
cute.
little Doge, buddy.
Yep, little Doge buddy. I'm wondering what this is gonna do here. I thought that this was gonna go back up and that we were done falling. Um, but So right there when it started to prove itself at 37.4, I bought back in. I sold it 38.3. I got so lucky. I don't know how I
Yeah,
popped.
I got some over 38. I was lucky too.
Yeah, like
I
it.
just randomly put them up there last night. I didn't do all of them, just a little chunk. So if it did go up there, that's some dry powder. But it's been so up and down, I haven't been able to concentrate on it
Yeah,
till now.
exactly. So I just hope that
But I
all
haven't
the
got.
profit that I've had up there now, I'm like losing if it keeps falling like this. 37. Oh. See, now the weird part is I think it's like gonna come back up, pop back up right here. Like you think that like you see a lot of buys at 37 cents. You're thinking, okay, people are gonna come back and vote. Keep it. So dumping it at 37.0 and then it goes back up. You're like, okay, so I really didn't you need to dump it now. If it's gonna fall to like 36, 35, then it's worth dumping now and then buying back a little bit lower. Um,
Yeah,
but
I've been
it's
selling a little bit as it's been going up. I'm just trying to figure out when I should come buy a little bit more.
yeah, so
But wait
that's
for it to settle because I've still got a majority of what I bought down there because I haven't been at the computer too much today.
Yeah, so for me, it's all about like, okay, I normally would now normally this would be where I'd be buying. I'd be buying
Yeah,
on the
me
way
too.
down.
Me
Except
too.
for I kind of was like, well, I thought that it was gonna
A little
prove
hesitant.
itself there when I saw the 16 and 15 and -5, -3 candles. Those usually are good signs that this thing's gonna keep pumping. And like I was like, okay, I better do it now because if they pump, then you end up losing a lot. The
Yeah.
interesting part is I'm watching this thing fall and it's getting to about 37, 36.9 and it's pausing there. Like 37 cents is like it's trying to sell out and drop it below 37 cents, but it's really having a hard time. Um, I'm watching Global just really dump it. And now there's a little bit
Being
more
dumped
dumpage.
hard right here.
But
Being dumped hard right here on global.
yeah, so it's being dumped hard, but when it fell through this 36.9, that's kind of a sign of like, okay, is it going to just keep going or are we going to turn around here? And
Yeah.
it's a tough one because on Robinhood, if you try to sell now, you're at 36. See how you're at 36.6 on Robinhood. So see, you're like, what's the point of selling that? And now it's popping back up on Robinhood. It's going back to 36.8. So at 36, when it does that on Robinhood, the thing that's telling me is that it's already turning around on Robinhood. So is it going to turn around, elsewhere? See, it's already turning around. It's at 36.9.
36.8 on
Yeah, so
what?
36.9.
36.9.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, I'm thinking, It's done. Like, even though we got a big ugly red candle, this is a 1 minute candle. So this is when I do this. I drop to the 5-second chart and see what's going on. Because it's really hard to tell if it's gonna, like, what it's gonna do. So I think I'm gonna sell a little bit, just so I don't have, I have a little bit of powder or bend down a little bit lower and can pick up some more coins.
The 5-minute candle has started out green. It's very small though.
I'm just gonna do like a 5,000 probably. Yeah, see, now it's turning green again. So it's like, if it was gonna keep dropping, so usually what I'll do is I've got these lines set up, and right now if it drops right below 36.7, if it drops below 36.7 flat, that's when I would probably sell, and I would sell at 36.7 flat. So I got a bag ready to go. I already put it in, um, but I don't know. So yeah, see now there it is. It dropped. So now I don't know. It's tough. I just think that it's gonna turn before it hits 36.4. And then I would have been like kind of wasting my time. It's just really like, okay, let it turn now. If it's gonna drop all night and just keep doing this, then I'd probably pull out. Like right now, I've already lost a penny. So do I, lose another penny and let it go to 35.5, or do I pull out at 36.5 and then keep my money out until it drops all the way down? But I don't know. It's tough to say because right now you've got the West Coast getting done with dinner, and the East Coast is, there's guys just sitting at the TV trading, doing nothing, Like, hey, let's trade this stuff. Now I'd buy here. This is where I'd buy if I had powder. 36.7. Yep, right here, 36.7. I'd buy here. This looks pretty good. And then I just kind of wait. So, like, if it goes up a little bit more, and yeah, I don't know. It's like trying to prove itself to stay here above 36.7. See, this is kind of a proving of it. I don't know. It's tough to say. So
The wicks touching the 50 EMA on the 5.
yeah, it's well, you can see the 50 EMA too. It's basically the 36.49. That's the 50 EMA.
I have a resistance around there too.
Yeah, 36.49 is a pretty good resistance or support. Well, so I do call it resistance when it's going down because
I mean, like resist.
yeah, you're resisting the cells. Yeah, and I get it. Like, technical guys will call it like, oh, it's support. Okay, I get that, but it's resistance against the cell. So it's not necessarily as resistance, but it's a support line. But I know exactly what you're talking about because anybody and everybody would think the resistance going either direction is what it is.
Yeah, I feel like you can definitely have resistance in either direction.
Right, it's the resistance from going below 34, and it's also support. Support means that it's not going to drop below that, but the
Oh wow.
yeah, it seems like it's going to come back here, right? Like that was I mean, it almost had a sell moment at 36.7, and it's the parabolics. So what I'm looking at on this is it looks like the parabolics want to turn. So they want to turn over. The RSI is low though, so like I mean, it has room to grow if it wants to, go. Um, but the VWAP is just turning positive, so that's a good sign. Like that's a good sign that we're going up, right? So when the VWAP turns into a positive direction, that's usually a symbol of strength, and that just turned like right as that green candle lit up, on the 5-second chart. So if we go to the 1 minute chart, we can kind of try to predict this a little bit better. Yeah, so see right here where the VWAP is, really tiny, but it's crossing over this.
I'm feeling confident that it's gonna go back up.
Yeah, this is a buy signal right here.
Oversold. undersold.
The RSI is way
It's
oversold. Like,
dying to pop back towards the line. It's flipping around quite quickly, actually.
yeah, so it's really oversold right here. So it wants to turn, and it wants to turn the parabolics over on the 1 minute. So it's been negative parabolics for a while. We've only had we've only had two green dots. So there we go. There's some green. 36.7. Wow, look at all that green on global. That's what I was waiting for, and that's gonna make a big candle.
Yeah, it's making a big candle.
You know, so and I like it when it makes the really big candles when they're just like giant, like long mongs. But those are my favorite. But who knows? Yeah, so we'll have to just see. You know, but it's been a pretty good day for crypto all around. I thought everybody was out of crypto and like, you know, crypto's going down and you know, like no, it's funny that like everybody's like, oh wow, China, you know, they're like once people start learning the real truth behind those rumors, then they're like, oh, I didn't know that. You mean China's always banned crypto? Yes, like it has never accepted crypto.
I think people expected it to go lower. It's been staying for a few days, and people are like, hang on a minute, why again? I thought everybody pulled out. I thought crypto was dead, so now they're looking into it.
Have you ever heard that guy? I can't remember his name, Pena or something. Art Pena? No, what's his name? Pena. Something Pena. He's like an old guy. He's like, if you knew who was behind Bitcoin, you'd be sell that stuff faster than life itself, right? I wonder. You know, he's been saying it for like 2 or 3 years now, and every time Bitcoin, you know, has a dip, he comes out and like goes in front of crowds and like speaks about how Bitcoin's going down and this is the end of Bitcoin. Every time he just looks like a fool when it stops crashing and it goes back up. It's like, dude, come on! You think you would have learned by now?
I feel like that probably happened several times in that.
Oh, he's been on the news. He's been everywhere. He's been in several things, and like he constantly gets himself where he puts his foot in his mouth about Bitcoin going down in the tubes. Oh yeah, he probably is. No, I think he thinks Putin owns Bitcoin.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he well, he thinks that he's the creator and the guy that's backing Bitcoin. Like, I mean, it's a kind of a conspiracy. I think that's who he thinks it is. He hasn't announced who he thinks it is yet, but like like there has been some articles that slip that say that's who he thinks it is. But yeah, it looks like this thing's gonna. By the time I come in here and at least get my stream running again and check into the room before I headed to dinner. And then, but yeah, it's looking like we're gonna just play this little roller coaster game here between probably 36.4 and 36.9 for a little bit. That would be my guess. You know, that's kind of what I'm thinking. You know, it's been weird. If you go to these longer charts, though, it looks like really healthy.
Oh yeah, it looks very healthy.
You know, but like the 15, the 10 minute, the 30 minute. Yeah, 30 minutes looking really healthy. The 30 minute looks so bullish right now. Like the 30 minute just looking like this thing's about ready to go paro. Yeah, this guy is looking like it's ready to just go parabolic. And this is kind of what it looks like. Remember, I called for the 20 between the 24th and the 28th. That's when I called it going back up to the stratosphere again. It always does. People like forget that. That's why this coin can leave you behind.
Oh, but okay, so it's been a little bit. It did that for a few days, and then we went from 30 to 37 in less than a day. 38 even.
Yeah, it was down to 25 yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
So you went from 25 to 38 in 24 hours.
Not even 24.
Well, there was a little bit more than 24 hours because it was 25 yesterday in the morning. Like I was really frustrated, like 10 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah, I was looking at.
It was 9:30. 9:30 you could bought Doge at 25 cents, and I bought 4,000 of them on Binance for 25 cents. My little robots have made me quite a bit of money over there on Binance. They made me $500 in the last day and 7 hours.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I was like, I was impressed with that. So,
Maybe I should turn that bulb back on.
well, yeah, I turned it back on last night before I went to bed. So, see, look at this. If I kind of, he's been buying all over the place, but see right here, 443 and 74, a day and 10 hours.
Oh yeah, never caught all of that. That's crazy.
Yeah, and because I had him down here at 26, and he caught all this, but it's left, because because I put trailing up on. So it trailed up, and if I refresh this chart, it'll show all these buys in here. There's tons of them.
But did you change your stream to 480?
No, but it says the resolution's 852 by 480.
It should be.
I put it at 720. But you know what? Let me go back to OBS because that's weird. Okay, so in OBS, I did my settings, and my output is my video output. Yeah, it actually. Oh, you know what? Because it scaled it down.
It should be 1280.
No, it scaled it down. It scaled it to a different aspect ratio. Output is scaled, it says. Downscale filter the Lancosis sharpened scaling for 36 samples. I don't know what that means, but if you're watching me on YouTube, I'll stop streaming real quick and then I'll start right back up again because that way you guys can have better video.